We've been interviewing so many of the National Corn Growers Association's award recipients, and you are one of them, and we're so proud that you used Nitro-Mag.
Yeah, it meant a lot, I guess. Normally I enter in the regular strip till class, and this year we had some issues up early on in the season, and anyway, kind of doubled down on Nitro-Mag and did the 180-pound limited nitrogen class, and it worked out great. I guess it turned out good, and I was really surprised. The second place across the whole nation was quite something. Yeah, it's their Class J. It's a new class NCGA just came out with last year, and so this was the second year with it, and it's basically, they're trying to show that farmers can grow good corn with limited inputs and being environmentally, astute growers and still push out some pretty high yields.
I think that's amazing, and even more amazing that you're one of our Nitro-Mag farmers. So let's get into Nitro-Mag. The first question I have for you is, how did you learn about Nitro-Mag?
Well, I actually seen it on TV on, I think it was Market Journal, and anyway, what caught my attention was the magnesium and the boron portion. Those are two nutrients we always have problems with. We have sufficient levels in our soil, but it seems like tissue samples are always deficient. And anyway, so seeing that and got a hold of Marcus and gave him a call. And Marcus, gave me the spiel about the liquid urea or the amine source of nitrogen, which I wasn't that well read on. And it all makes sense. I mean, it all works together. And yeah, it's been a great product. Besides this contest field, that was 100% Nitro-Mag S, and but on two other farms where we side dress, I did a test with the regular practice, the 32 thio versus the Nitro-Mag, and showed great response. It was a 4-to-1 return. It's very competitively priced. It's you replace it gallon to gallon for your 32 or your stuff like that, and basically, it yielded great. And 2 days after planting, there was a tornado that came right across this field and flipped the pivot. And basically, that's a huge part of my nutrient application plan. Is I chemigate, and every 7 to 10 days I put on nitrogen in season when the uptake starts increasing. And anyway, so yeah, it got flipped, and it wasn't till probably late June when could finally get that pivot back up and running. So I fell behind a few applications, and that's kind of what led me to double down on Nitro-Mag and enter the nitrogen management class.
So what were your yields again? What were those numbers?
It was 313 on that. It's a 2.5 acre block, and yeah, so. And it was on like 178 pounds of nitrogen. So it was like a 0.6 nitrogen use efficiency. I mean, it's great to get the award, but it's at the end of the day, to keep farming, we have to be profitable. And yeah, the Nitro-Mag did that for me. So they say every bag has 600 bushel potential. And as soon as you open that bag and plant that crop, the environment and all the issues we encounter, just keeps taking yield off. And no, Nitro-Mag, to be honest with you, it's one of the products that I feel like where farmers have the chance to get back on the offense, and gain yield from it over, our standard practice that we've been doing for years.
We are able to blend, micronutrients in for each farmer, depending on their deficiencies or what's going on their farm. Did you take advantage of some of those micronutrients?
You take the tissue samples you get, and they can tailor make, whatever you need as far as to address your deficiencies with their micronutrients. And, that's the big thing is there's a lot of options out there with micronutrients, but, where they can safely blend it, they know exactly the amounts to safely blend with the Nitro-Mag. It's a great advantage there versus me out here trying to make a cocktail and plugging filters or orifices or stuff like that. So yeah, that's actually probably one of the things that I'm most excited for in a 25 is being able to address my micro deficiencies with Nitro-Mag.
the buzzword out there right now is liquid urea, liquefied urea. Ours, the Nitro-Mag, is a step up from that because it's stabilized. So whatever you want to call it, liquid urea stabilized or stabilized amine nitrogen, that's pure magic, right?
Yeah, definitely. And that's the big difference between Nitro-Mag and the competitors. I mean, everybody has the liquefied urea now, but it converts almost instantaneously in the soil back. So yeah, if you can't stabilize it, you're not gaining anything from it. So yeah, no, I mean it gains efficiency. It makes the crop work less and focus more on yield. And like I said, this is one of the products where it's offense. You know, the plant gets to work. You know, it's not playing defense. It's the Nitro-Mag lets it play offense and gain yield by, you know, not working so hard. So.
Wow, I've never heard it put that way. Are you a sports fan?
Yeah, no. So that's the whole name of the game. Is, I mean, we have disease pressure out here. We have, you know, weather, all sorts of factors that hurt us, and Nitro-Mag just seems like it puts us on the offense.
That's great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, so last year you made a comeback. Let's use another sports phrase. You made a comeback, and you did better than you thought you were going to do because of some of the challenges you had. So looking at all of that, has that prepped you to purchase this year and to become a Nitro-Mag user? Are you a Nitro-Mag believer?
So yeah, definitely. I mean, fertilizer prices are high, commodity prices are low. So I mean, you have to find ways to drive profitability and yield. And Nitro-Mag, I mean, it's a great tool, and yeah, I put in my order the other day with Marcus, so good to go for 25.
And you mentioned the other day that this product is actually tailor-made for every farmer because you can add things.
And so yeah, I mean, it's convenient. I mean, it's all packaged. I mean, they haul it in with their semi, and it's blended already for you and good to go. You know, Marcus, you know, push the limits as far as what would blend properly, so we don't have to out here. I mean, it's all done for us. So
yeah, when you can hit the easy button as a farmer, isn't that great? Is this something you would recommend to another farmer?
yeah, definitely. No, I try and talk my neighbors into it all the time, and no, some of them are going to bite the bullet this year and try it. And but no, I mean, it's not going to be, if it's a secret now, it's not going to be a secret for very long, I feel like, because the growth they're having, and you know, it's getting to be more mainstream. And so yeah, this might be the only year it's my advantage. It'll probably be standard practice for all corn growers here in another 10 years. So
Well,
really
we hope
lucky,
so.
you know. Yeah, well, I don't know, like I said, especially they're always you know, improving and coming out with new products. You know, they had the Nitro-Mag S and the Nitro-Mag Gold, and then they had the K and then the KS, and now they have the micros. And so, you know, if you tell them you have an issue with something, they listen and they come up with solutions to offer us. So, you know, as long as they keep rolling out these products, I mean, it'll be very interesting to see what this company looks like in 10 years.
So thank you, Nicholas, for being, you know, one of our Nitro-Mag users. You are now part of the family.